welcome to Off Topic, never quite on topic, never quite off topic. I am joined here by my friend Shemaiah.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brian.
Yo, yo.
And JC.
Yo, what up?
Welcome, JC. This is the first time you're on the show. I am Adan. You've known three of us. They don't know you, JC. Do you want to share a little bit about yourself, who you are?
Yeah, my name is JC Flores. I am trying to be a close friend of the group here. I'm trying to figure out what to say at this exact moment. But
it's off topic, man.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Whatever you want it to be.
So I make music. I'm a graduate student at the University Incarnate Word in Texas, and I am just really looking forward to what we're going to be talking about today.
Right on, man. All right. So, gentlemen, today at work, once all my work was done, right? Because I'm a good employee.
Exactly.
A friend of mine showed me a John Williams melody thing, and Jurassic Park came on towards the end, and I didn't tell her right then and there, but I was on the verge of tears just because of the memories that I have with Jurassic Park. Watching this movie with my grandma, I remember being at her house and telling my grandma how much I love dinosaurs, and y'all remember that scene in the gift shop? Has anybody here seen Jurassic Park?
Yes,
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Of course. I know Brian hasn't, which is just blasphemy.
He's kind of up there.
So, in the
What's
scene...
that, Sonny? Jurassic Park?
In that scene, I remember pointing at the TV and being like, Grandma, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. And she only speaks Spanish, but she was just like, oh, son, I wish, with all my heart, I wish I could just buy you everything you ever wanted. And, that's just one of the... Just, a really nice memory I have of my grandma. Guys, do y'all have any songs that just sort of take you back to a special memory or make you feel special inside?
So songs and movies.
Songs and movies, songs
Space
in
Jam, man.
Space Jam.
I Believe I Can Fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many people wanted to dunk a basketball just because of that? That scene with Michael Jordan and, backyard.
For sure.
Someone started playing. It's dude, I'm like, Mike, bro, I'm about to dunk. And, of course, I fell. Had a Band-Aid and all that good stuff.
I got a couple. I guess I'm gonna stay on Space Jam when they're playing. What was it?
With PM Dawn?
I think Technotronic. The Pump Up the Jam. And they get it ready to suit up and everything to kind of build that hype.
Yeah.
And they use that. I guess they use that same song as they're entering the basketball court. So I was just like, man, I would love to just walk in somewhere and enter when that song comes on and just
even the water, the secret water juice.
The secret water juice was really dope.
Which might be a weird way to introduce kids to steroids, but let's just not talk about that.
Okay, there you go. A little innuendo there. Yeah. So I was saying Space Jam, but then anything by Hans Zimmer, Gladiator,
you want to just fight everybody.
Yeah, and or
it doesn't matter who's watching.
Yeah, or when Russell Crowe, passes away, you know what I'm saying? And they...
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Wait, I haven't even seen this movie.
No, I'm kidding. I don't care about spoiler alerts, but I literally have not seen Gladiator. If you name the top 20 movies, acclaimed, moneymakers, whatever, I probably have not seen them.
I kid you not, my friend Carlo just texted me today. He was like, I want you to watch Gladiator, and I want you to tell me if you like it more than 300. So it's crazy that this just happened.
Yeah.
But whatever, moving on.
Yes. Anything Hans Zimmer's done, because he just knows how to grab your attention. I think any of these big blockbuster movies would be nowhere without Hans Zimmer.
What about Toy Story? You cannot leave out Toy Story.
Toy Story is pretty good.
You got a friend of me, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was
the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 1 movie, towards the end, by Partners in Crime.
As long as you don't go with the Vanilla Ice.
No.
Go turtle.
Yeah, no, we are not going Ninjas Go, Ninjas Go.
Yeah, go Ninjas, not go turtles.
I was not crying on that part. No.
What about you, Brian?
Black and white movies?
I don't... All the movies were silent when I was a kid. For a movie song, I can't think of one that made me cry, but a song in general that I don't want to say makes me cry, but you get so moved and wrapped up to it. There's a Pink Floyd, Great Gig in the Sky on Dark Side of the Moon. There's a VH1 classic album series they had a while back, and they talked about this chord, and it's basically a piano chord that Richard Wright had worked on for years, and he talked about, he always thought it was the status chord, and he starts playing it, and it sounds very mournful, very almost like a funeral song, but if you listen to it, and there's the Pink Floyd verbiage in the background, the legend behind all that stuff, and there's no vocals except it's just a woman kind of singing along to the music. The story behind it's pretty awesome, but that, listening to that in its entirety, it's like almost a religious experience because you just feel like the Great Gig in the Sky. It's like a buddy of mine said, I feel like when you get to heaven, God just, before he does anything else, he kind of takes you aside and he lets you listen to this for like completely uninterrupted, just lets you listen to the song. So that song always just gets me really inspired, and it's kind of sad, it's happy, it's got a little of everything in it. So it's not really a movie, but that's my song.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
Wow. Yeah,
you took us to church a little bit, man.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, what about you?
Oh, well, I picked back on Lion King a little bit. It wasn't a specific song. It was just, I don't know, man, because back in the day, we used to have, in kindergarten, we had ammo crackers and sleep on the rug type deal. And we always watched Lion King. It was crazy. It was like every other month we would watch Lion King. So it was a part when, Simba is almost discovering himself, kind of empowering type deal.
And his dad's in the sky.
Yeah. That was kind of deep.
James
on a cartoon.
Basically,
level.
you played Mufasa.
Pretty much. They called me and said, I'm going to see you in the future. You're going to be talking like this in the future. So this kind of talk, we're going to tweak it on the EQ.
Man, I think there's two more I have to mention. One in Office Space, when damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Just when
Do you think about that at work?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's just sometimes, if I'm thinking of, movies that I like and then the songs in them, it was appropriate for that scene where they bring
that was a very well-fitting...
Yeah, where they bring in the fax machine and, they beat it up. I thought that was really cool. And then the trailer to Captain America Civil War. When they...
what song did they use? Was it Zimmer?
No, it wasn't Zimmer. I forgot what the guy's name was, but it starts off with these piano chords, and then it builds into strings and percussion and drums and and all of a sudden it stops. They go into a next scene and then they bring back just the piano and solo the piano with the scenes. And that always caught my attention. Whoever that was, I can't remember his name. That was awesome because I feel watching that, he's pretty much attacking your emotions, right there. So, I mean, we would want to see it because we want to see, Iron Man fight Captain America. But then I think on a personal level, just because of the music that's behind it, we just want to see, how the story is actually going to unfold after the fight. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
Kind of off topic, kind of like a sidebar, a little side road here. What about not songs that made you feel, I don't want to sad. What was the word, Adan? What did you say?
Just emotional.
Just emotional. How about a song in a movie, whether it's in the soundtrack, whether it's not, beginning, end, middle of the music, how about a song that just hits perfect, just right there? For me, I'm thinking, if you've seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, at the very end, as they roll into the end credits, Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones. It's the perfect end of the movie. I'm not a huge Rolling Stones fan, but that song at the end, just makes you want to jump in a convertible and drive through the desert and just to see what happens. So how about you guys? You got a song that's a perfect fit right in the movie?
I don't think it could top that one, though.
For me, it's a bit of a silly one, but I would say... Bohemian Rhapsody in Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah.
It's so... It captures this friendship just instant friendship, instant... they've known each other forever.
I'm not trying to take it over, but another sidebar off that. If you don't know any of the words to Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't think I need to know who you are. You know what I mean? Whatever. Your opinions on things don't matter to me.
They're not Bohemian Rhapsodies. They're not poor boys.
Yeah. So I don't need it.
Not to be off topic, but... since we're kind of sound guys, what's more annoying when watching a movie? The sound bad quality or bad camera angles? What's more annoying?
Ooh.
For me, I think it's camera angles. I'll get mad if stuff is boring. All right, I hate to talk bad about it because I love it so much, but the prequels, the episodes, 1 through 3, it looks like a sitcom set. Like it's camera A, camera B, and that's it. Like there's like side swipes, and that's all. Yeah, that's rough to watch, man. It's boring cinema, and like when you could do so much with a camera, like cameras are getting smaller and smaller. You can fit them in ridiculous places. Why on earth would you resort to that sitcom setup?
Low budget.
Yeah.
This is Star Wars. Star Wars has like the greatest budgets of all time.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
Someone got too much coffee, man. That's what it was.
I think someone had too much power, and everybody was afraid to tell George Lucas no.
I think he's right. I think it's the camera angles, like, or just the way it was shot. Like, if I can't really, like, if it's making me dizzy, like some of these other movies, like Paranormal Activity and these other ones that use that different, kind of going about shooting, I graduated, trying to understand the terminology. I don't remember it, but ironic, but
enough to pass.
Yeah, but it's just just the fact that it's someone holding it, and it's like they're trying to relive the Blair Witch
movies.
Yeah, they're trying to relive like the Blair Witch,
like his first perspective or something like that.
Yeah, like a first person. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I can't, for the life of me, I just can't deal with first person shots like that. Like it's just
like when they open their eyes and it's like, oh snap,
I think that there's some good usage of it in. I forget if it's 28 days later or 28 weeks later. I don't know if y'all have ever seen those.
I think it's 28 weeks.
28 weeks?
Yeah.
The one...
That's the second one, right?
Yeah.
I think it is the second one.
And you know what I'm talking about. Where, they do some really cool camera stuff where, like, at one point you're seeing the movie through the scope of the gun. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Like, because it's not just, like... they're shooting, they're like actually running, and you're still seeing it through the scope. That's really creative filmmaking. That's stuff that I think Star Wars needed, and that's when I think shaky cam is doable, appropriate. Yes, yeah. But to make your whole movie like that is a little ridiculous.
You gotta space it out,
and unless the story really demands it, and you think you can do something creative with it, then it's just sort of a gimmick. What's
off topic?
Yeah,
there you go.
Area 51.
Oh. Area 51.
Yes, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there was a movie that was shot, and basically they were using the first person shots. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys seen it yet, but it looks.
Are you talking about Fourth Kind?
No, not Fourth Kind. It came after Fourth Kind. So
I don't know.
Yeah, so if you guys have Amazon or an Xbox Live, or I don't think it's on Netflix. It's one of those kind of subscription based places. But if you watch Area 51, it's basically about 2 or 3 people that go in there. They try to try to investigate if there's really aliens or not. They believe that there are. And they're also trying to prove that Area 51 exists. Right. So go ahead.
I was going to say, off topic, you guys going to hate me for this, but if Donald Trump...
What?
If he was in a movie, what movie would he play in and why?
What movie would he be in? He would obviously play the president. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way he could play any other role. But it would have to be like a Sharknado or something ridiculous.
Didn't they already make Richie Rich? This was like back in the 80s or 90s, I think.
He was also in the Our Generation Little Rascals movie.
He was.
He played what's his name's dad.
At the end of the movie where they're all
the bad guys.
Yeah,
yeah. You're the best son money could buy.
Yeah,
that's his line in this movie.
No, I think if he was going to do a movie, he'd probably have to just be himself. Because there's really, he can't really act out anybody else.
That's true. He would read the script.
Truth is stranger than fiction. You can't write lines for Donald Trump. I mean, an 8-year-old could write lines for Donald Trump, but he's going to say his own thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's going to put you on Twitter blast, man.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
This is guaranteed.
I don't know. I just the things that he says, it sounds like an 8-year-old who is doing his book report on the way to school. That's what it sounds like to me. It just makes me laugh. It's in a good way. It's not a bad thing. That's what?
Pen and paper, right?
Well, yeah, it's like you can just see him on the school bus. Well, or not on the school bus, being driven, by somebody, on a limo or something, and he's got his tongue out as he's riding and everything. It's just that's what I think.
That
like,
kid
well, yeah, so have I.
I'd like to admit.
But nobody's going to vote for me for president either.
He kind of reminds me of Eric Cartman from South Park.
Oh,
and the only reason why, I say that just because of the fact that, if you guys seen how he is in the news, anytime he's holding a press conference, there's a dozen reporters asking him questions, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to answer yours. I don't like you. I'm not going to answer yours because I think you look weird. I'm not going to answer yours because you probably smell bad." And like all these different thoughts are going in his mind, and then the one person he comes across is that one reporter that kind of resembles Butters. That's just like, oh,
that's my favorite South Park character.
Hey, Mr. Trump, President Trump, I just want to let you know you're doing a fantastic job. Blah 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 blah, and then obviously Trump's like, oh well, you know what? I'm going to answer your question. What can I do for you? Thank you so much for recognizing such a great job I'm doing to help protect this nation. How can I answer your question? And the Butters reporter is just on the other end, and he's like, well, you know what? What do you think about this? Well, you know what? I really don't like it. Is that an okay answer for you? Yeah, it is. Terrific.
And the reporter's in there. If you would just answer my question, it would make me so happy.
No, on a serious note, do you think he can bring the country together?
Time will tell. It's really early in his presidency. There's been a lot of backlash, but the ultimate goal, everybody would win if we voted for him 4 years from now. If we all wanted to vote for him 4 years from now, I think ultimately that is what we want. We want to see America succeed. Nobody wants to see this thing go down. So I hope he brings it together. I hope he figures stuff out. But going back to that whole South Park thing, I've heard that the writers gave up on it. They said
right.
They're like,
it's just too easy.
It's too easy, and we don't even know how to make fun of this anymore. It's crazy,
Yeah, they were. I think they were in Australia when they were talking about it, and they were on a TV show in Australia, and they asked them why aren't you talking about the politics? They're like, well, we've already done a couple episodes like that, with Mr. Garrison being
a season
Trump.
and a half.
Yeah,
good run.
Yeah, good run, and they're like, he's gonna hang himself pretty much one day, just off of what he says. There's really nothing that we can do, or what's already been said is done.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I did vote for him, by the way, but like I told Adan off air, because JC is looking like he's about to beat me down or something. But no, my reason was this: before all the crazy stuff happening, all the just wild stories and all that. Me personally, I felt he was someone that displayed what happens when you go after your vision, your dream, business, and so that to me, I felt like that was a good positive. But I know now, all the stuff you see on the news is like, dang, this is kind of messed up. But I personally think that he will do okay if he makes adjustments. That's the key.
Is he willing to make adjustments?
And that's the question. The question. That's my hope. That's the only reason why I voted for him, because I want to give him a fair chance.
Is he willing to make adjustments? Does he need to make adjustments? Because the way American politics is right now, It's not about getting everybody behind you. It's about getting 50% plus one behind you.
Exactly.
And if the people who are Trump backers aren't going to leave him, then he doesn't have to he doesn't have to bring anybody together. And that's the sad part, because I think, like what Adan was saying earlier, if it turns out in 4 years that we all want to vote for him because everybody's doing so successful, that's a great thing. But does he have to change to get support? Does he have enough support? Who knows?
That's true, because the thing is, my opinion is, he can't do it by himself. And even if, say, Hillary won, or the guy you voted for won,
Bernie Sanders?
No.
Oh.
But
I'm not. Just personal preference, I'm not going to say who I voted for.
I'm good because, I would tell you, I voted for Obama twice.
I did not vote that election.
See, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no. I was his first run. I was
15.
Oddly enough, totally off topic, but hey, what's the show called anyway?
Exactly.
The first day Obama went into office was the last time I saw my biological father.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right? So it's been over 8 years now. But yeah, I was like a sophomore in high school when he was elected in, and then in his re-election was the first time that I could vote, and I thought I had registered. Like, somebody in college took my information. Who knows what they did with it? But, like, I was not registered to vote.
Oh,
yeah. So I doubt that, like, somebody's, like, stealing my identity, because joke's on you, I don't have any money, so there's not much you can do with it.
What do you think if Obama's wife ran?
Oh, definitely, hands down, I'll vote for her. No question.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't know really what she stands for. Like, I can't really answer that personally.
Her values, it just speaks for themselves.
It does?
And me personally, like, I know that's ironic because it's like, why'd you vote for Trump? But, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said before, just not to overkill on this topic, but her values, it speaks for themselves. She wants everybody to win. Doesn't matter what race. And you can make an argument that Trump does not want that to happen with people. And I do believe that now. And I see that a lot more now prior to when I voted for him. Because
I don't know if I would say he doesn't want them to succeed. He doesn't care if they succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
like where you're going with that, but I really think he doesn't care. Where I think, I honestly think Michelle Obama, I think she actually cares.
Yeah.
She's got like empathy. And if there's one thing that Donald Trump doesn't have, it's
Zero.
empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Trump he's got a lot of important friends, and I think before he became president, yeah, go ahead.
So, go ahead and finish
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to change it.
So, before he became president...
It's like playing Uno.
Yeah, so before he became president, he had a lot of friends, and then the minute he becomes the most important man in the world, it's like everybody's your friend until, they start doing better than you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think with Michelle, I think she would be a great president because there's no filter with her. If you guys saw towards the end when Trump was walking down the aisle, you know what I'm saying, to pretty much accept his presidency, there was no filter on her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked up and down and she's like, I can't even tolerate you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just go about your business. Let's get out of here.
So, slightly off topic, something I do want to bring up. I don't have an answer for the question I'm about to ask because I have not paid enough attention. But I want to know y'all's opinion. Best president in your lifetime?
Everybody's going to hate me for saying this, but...
Don't say Trump. He's
No. I'm going with... I know everybody's going to hate me for this, but I'm going with Obama.
You going with Obama?
Because at that moment, in that time, I watched him talk and heard his words. It hit me. I was like, there's a guy... He really wants that win for the little guy. You
see, I'm inclined to say Obama as well, but only because this is the only president where I was really aware.
Yeah.
Like, Bush left when I was 15, so, I didn't care about that back then,
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I think I'd have to coin flip on... I'm with you, Shemaiah, on Obama. The things that he said and the values that he had, that he brought to it, and almost kind of like in a calm, reserved manner. There was no hair on fire with Obama. It was no, line in the sand moment. And the line in the sand moment, that brings a lot of people to the table, but Obama wasn't that guy. I don't know, like, legacy, what he has yet. We're just getting out of it, but I'm kind of coin flip Obama or Clinton. And this isn't saying George W. Bush had his own qualities too. Clinton, it might have just been, just a sign of the times, though. A lot of stuff started moving in the right direction under Clinton. Me personally, I think as part of his doing, his leadership, but also 2 years into his presidency, the Republicans took over Congress. So you had a Democrat as the president, Republicans in Congress. You had to work together to get anything done. And that's what we don't do anymore. We don't work together to get anything done. It's my way or the highway. And let's go back to 50% plus one on our side. And that's all they care. It's Team Red versus Team Blue. Nobody cares about America, what we're doing.
I'm just going to try to keep this one short. I think it'd probably be either JFK or Obama.
You were alive for JFK?
I wasn't, but
okay.
Yeah.
Just going back in history.
No, I was doing a research paper on JFK and comparing like similarities and differences between him and King David from the Bible. So, there's a lot of qualities that I think JFK possessed as a leader, and I think even towards the end of that, not to sound, so religious, but towards the end of it, I think that JFK, between him and his brother Bobby, did everything that they could to try to help change the nation. You know, they had a staff, White House chief of staff that did not support any of their decisions. And they stood their ground the entire way. And just that essence and that attention that both JFK had and a potential president, if he didn't die, Bobby, I think they would have done some really great things for the country had it extended longer, for them.
Right.
One last point. I'm going to make it like 30 seconds. I think people can agree on this note. It doesn't matter who's going to run. It's always going to be somebody that doesn't like him.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree
So
with
if
that.
we can agree to disagree and everybody put up their bootstraps and grind, it starts with the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
It starts at the house and then your community, and then it affects worldwide.
Absolutely. Off topic though. Oh, okay. Shemaiah. Okay, cool. Shemaiah just mic dropped. So, off topic. It got me thinking. JC talking about JFK made me think. And I know we got just a couple more minutes here, but I'm thinking, does dying improve how people look on your legacy, on your career? Whether that's Kurt Cobain, whether that's Selena, whether that's JFK, whether that's Heath Ledger, does dying improve people's thoughts of you?
Don't pay attention until you're gone.
Yo, we don't have to end in like 4 minutes. Like, we can go a little bit longer.
Okay,
if we want.
let's roll. Adan's the boss.
No, I'm totally not. Like, I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
It's all topic. We're good, man.
But no, I wholeheartily agree with that statement. I think there was somebody who I had in mind that totally slipped just now. So if anybody else wants to jump in.
Just to think about me, it's weird. I know I'm the oldest guy in the room and everything else, and I'm like, oh, Pink Floyd is one of my top 5 favorite bands. I didn't really even start liking Pink Floyd till long after they broke up.
Really?
So, yeah, but I mean, it's maybe think of how Pink Floyd, one of those bands or whatever, or any, you hear about the curse of the
27?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain. There's others, I'm sure. Jim Morrison, probably.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The big one for me, I think her music's all right, but Amy Winehouse was 27 Club. Nobody cared about this girl when she was alive. Like, I don't remember the Rehab song, which is ironic now, but I'm not going to make that joke.
I'll make it. I'll make it as soon as we're done here.
We're going to clean it up too.
But yeah, like she made the Rehab song, and she died 7 years later, maybe.
Right.
And
it's like nobody cared about Amy Winehouse until they saw the toxicology report.
Yeah. So I do think that in death, like you sell more DVDs or CDs or whatever you're trying to do.
So kind of to turn the cycle back to JFK, he had a 3-year presidency?
189.
Something. Yeah. It was short enough. We don't even know if he would have gotten reelected. But he's looking back on it now. It's so fondly, and people always ask, well, why do Hispanics and blacks have JFK? Well, this is back in the day or whatever. Why do they have pictures of JFK? I don't know. I mean, we didn't have one in our house. We didn't have pictures of any presidents in the house. So would JFK been the flame that burns brightest, that burns quickest? Would we still revere JFK if he hadn't died?
A lot of times, though, not off topic, it's still kind of on point. We sometimes try to put people in a box.
Yeah.
And if it don't fit your box that you like, then it's completely...
And that's the thing is, after death, they can't get out of that box. Like, they can't argue. You can turn them into whatever you want. Like, Selena is a perfect example. I remember, I come from a Hispanic family. Like, we're very, Latin and proud. Like X-Men, mutant and proud. My grandma used to always say Selena was different. Selena was very proud of the fact that she was Hispanic. She would sing in Spanish and all this other stuff. And I'd be like, well, Jennifer Lopez is kind of doing the same thing. And she would go, no, Jennifer Lopez sold out. She's white. And I can't help but wonder.
Amongst other things.
These are not my opinions, by the way, guys. But I can't help but wonder if Selena was around, 10 years more, would we be saying the same thing about her?
Right. I was thinking the same thing. I've been listening to a lot of satellite radio. They're talking about Kurt Cobain. We're coming up the anniversary. He would have been 50 years old this year, whatever. They're doing all that. What would he still be doing what he's doing? What he was
Would
doing?
people get sick of it?
Right. Is it
Because
better to
that
burn
was
out than to fade away? Neil Young, and he quoted that in his suicide note.
I mean, I'm thinking. I'm going to stay on topic here. I think 3 people that come to mind would probably be Aaliyah, Biggie Smalls, and Tupac Shakur. You know, I wonder what it would have been like if they would still be around today. Would we have? I mean, I listen to everything, you know, but I mean,
creativity.
Yeah, you know, but I grew up where. I mean, I grew up listening to all kinds of music, you know, from rock to Latin to hip hop and R&B, like everything. But I think what I'm gonna pick on hip hop for right now. I don't really think hip hop has been as aware, you know, because of the content that's coming out now. And
is it because people are not demanding it, or?
I think it's because people are just becoming lazier. You know, I think it's all convenience. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it comes down to just, you know, is it easy for me to just make this and put it out, or can I actually sit there and write stories and novels until I find the right words to put down on paper?
We're really pushing this whole let's find the formula to success. Yeah. I did not finish college, but I did take one very, very important class with Professor Donnie Meals, if he's listening, which I highly doubt. But
email it to you.
But he made a great point when you know, he was talking about mixing and studio stuff and all this other stuff, and he was like, normally you're supposed to like hang a mic, you know, you're supposed to put it on a stand. And he said, I was recording this emo band in my studio and they were screaming, and the guy has to hold his mic to sound good, like it's how he feels comfortable. And we were like, wait, that goes against protocol. And he said, well, you need to understand that on this entire board there's no make good button. Like, it's just whatever needs to be done. And we're not willing to make that risk anymore. We're not, we put every mic on stands now. And
like, we took the risk of starting the show.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Shemaiah's going to have to start pushing some buttons too, because are we done here? Are we out of time?
No, we're going to keep going, man. We're going to keep going.
Well, Nine Inch Nails, I believe, made the comment that it's easy to make a good sound, but it's harder to make a great sound. You know, and I think right now, like, we're saturated with nothing but good sounds. We're not really opened, or we haven't really come across anything that has become like such a unique or profound sound, whether we're talking about lyrics or just the instrumentation, right?
Are we more concerned about the fame than the message?
I think we are. I think even at this point, you know, No, I'm not going to apologize for this. I'm going to pick on the rap music right now. I was at South by Southwest, which is like, you know, for anybody listening, it's an event every year hosted by Austin, where, you know, technology, film, and music all come together to share ideas and stuff that they're working on. And I was able to attend a couple showcases, and, you know, I just, you know, I challenge any artist to try to make a song without using the 808. That's it. Like, I would prefer to hear like a live bass line or some sort of funky guitar, you know. And I think the only artist,
throw away Fruity Loops.
Yeah, or even then, just act like the 808 never existed to you, you know.
Now,
like, and the only artist.
And that's a software for you guys.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I was going to say, Adan and I are looking and nodding knowingly, like, what are they talking about?
What is an 808?
Like the big, like anybody unfamiliar with the 808, Kanye had used it a lot on his earlier compositions. It's the big boom that you hear in the car. It's just like boom.
People
like,
gotta be more brave enough to flip it.
And
Everyone's so scared of flipping it.
And I think the only person, and not even speaking about rap, I'm saying in general, I think Bruno Mars. Like, I think Bruno Mars, you know, I think he's a genius because he's bringing back like the funk, and then he's mixing it in with like the new school stuff. So I don't know. I think I would love to see Bruno Mars and, like, you know, some of the artists that maybe Selena, like some of these artists that are no longer with us, collaborate and see what that would be like. You know, and I think there's a lot of fear because they think that if we're going to do something different, it's not going to make any money. Well, sometimes you got to, like, you know, just throw yourself out there and see what's going to work, you know. But if you're not going to try, you're allowing yourself to just be content, you know, with what's going on. It's never going to work. It's like I literally feel we're like The Walking Dead, you know, because like we've become so complacent with everything that's been coming out. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man.
We'll get a lot of emails, but that's okay.
No, I mean, conversation's good, man. Send us your opinions by all means at ShemaiahReed.com. I'm just kidding.
Well, you can follow us on Off Topic, spelled with a K, on Twitter and Instagram. Off Topic.
There you go.
Off Topic Show, right? At Off Topic Show.
Yeah. See, that's why Brian is hired.
There you go.
Know what I'm saying? We're not making money, but you know what I'm saying? He's hired anyway.
Freelance.
You know, what JC was just saying about, like, it just kind of made me, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm glad you built to it, because that's kind of what I was thinking, too. Is like, what would Biggie be doing today? And good example, well, I don't know if it's a good example, but like the whole grunge scene in the early 90s, back in my heyday, you had Kurt Cobain, who ended Nirvana with the Shotgun Blast, and you also had same scene, same crowd, you know, they shared people, fans, everything in Seattle. Then you have Pearl Jam, who's also getting inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. So Pearl Jam stayed around. They stayed alive. They stayed consistent. They changed their sound over the years. A band like U2 changed their sound over the years. U2 changed their sound every couple of albums back when they were releasing albums constantly. So what would Biggie be doing? What would Selena be doing? Wasn't her last album an English album?
Yeah, she did do a lot of English stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and, you know, I was thinking more about it, like, is it better to burn out quickly? And, I mean, two good examples of this, I mean, no disrespect to them, especially because they're dead. Elvis and Michael Jackson both lived into their 50s, and those were some pretty sour years. You know, there were a lot of allegations with Michael. A lot of his music wasn't really selling. And I love him to death, you know, and I hope those allegations are not true. But I'm not saying I wish he had died earlier. But, like, that's not what I'm trying to get across here. I am saying, though, if some of these artists, if Biggie Smalls, if Tupac, if Selena were around to 50, would they be facing similar mistakes that Elvis and Michael Jackson faced?
Maybe because the generation after the previous generation, they both disagree when it comes to taste of music.
Yeah.
Every generation is going to defend their music.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't listen to what my mom listens to.
And it's hard to find artists that have stayed relevant for 20, 30 years or whatever. It's really hard to do that. I mean,
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, well, there's another one. I mean, I was thinking, you know, I saw Guns N' Roses last year. They reformed after how many years? And it was absolutely amazing. And Axl Rose, you know, there was all the pictures of fat Axl Rose, and all that stuff. But he was still bringing it. He wasn't as fat as he got, so he did shape up a little bit. But he brought it every night. I mean, I saw some of the YouTube videos. I saw one of the shows myself. But they were also, when they say they brought it every night, they were bringing Appetite for Destruction every night, Use Your Illusion. They weren't doing a whole lot of new stuff. So if Kurt Cobain was alive today, would he be doing the reunion tour and playing Nevermind again, or would he be doing anything new? I don't really know. Somebody like that, that dude had a limited time.
Kurt was a wild mind. Like, yeah. I don't think we'll ever see another one like Kurt. I really don't think that he would do his hits. I mean,
I know, I agree. I think he was just.
You look at his MTV Unplugged album, and he didn't do "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
He brought back Leadbelly, you know, and you know the David Bowie songs.
Speaking of MTV, off topic, but not really off topic. What about? Remember they used to show music videos all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And all of a sudden they have all these TV shows. Do you like them, or you think it's overkill?
I hate it. I have not watched an MTV show since the last time I saw my father, around 15 years old.
It'd be the weirdest reality show. Like,
do you need to talk about this more? No, I'm just kidding, bro.
Let's take the exit, man. Let's take the exit. Yeah, go ahead. Off topic. All right. Last week we talked about LeBron James. So JC did get a chance.
Wait, y'all don't want to talk about TV?
No. We can go back to it if we need to.
We make a U-turn.
Another episode. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
But real quick, JC, is LeBron James the best player in the NBA?
For now, yeah. And here's
coming.
And here's why I say for now, because there's always going to be someone better, and I think LeBron James right now is the hottest athlete, but I also think that Kobe. You know, I think I like Kobe a lot. I swear by Michael Jordan a lot. You know, there's just a few really good players I think that have attributed so much to their success based off of like their handling, their coordination, and overall just like their mental abilities to be able to participate, not just as an individual but as a teammate. So I think for right now, I think there were a couple times where I really believed that LeBron was in it for himself, and I get it. You know, you're making all that money. For the time being, you are the best, but it's not always going to be like that. You know, there's other athletes that I'm looking at. I can't remember the guy's name from Oklahoma.
Russell Westbrook.
No. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name.
KD.
Kevin Durant?
The one who stole the lightning.
The one who moved?
Kevin Durant, he's somebody that I thought is, has potential. He still has a lot to work on, but I think it's going to get there. At one point, I was a big fan of Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash.
Is he underrated?
I think so.
Is Dirk underrated?
Yeah.
He's the sixth most scoring player of all time.
Exactly, that's my point.
And nobody
a lot of people
talks
don't give him
about
credit.
it.
I think he was underrated. Then I think he was overrated. But I think right now he's where he needs to be.
He's in a sweet spot.
He's in a sweet spot. I did since JC was here last week. Here's when I got everybody just to go silent. No more.
Go ahead.
I asked a question.
Go ahead.
28-year-old MJ versus 28-year-old LeBron. Who you got?
MJ.
Really?
Oh.
See, my whole thing was like, dude, I know MJ's the greatest of all time. He's got the rings. He's got the things. He's done it. He's done everything. I don't think LeBron's ever going to hit 6 rings. But if you put 6'6", 200 pounds soaking wet Michael Jordan against 6'8", 240, 250 pounds power forward.
Threes.
Yeah, dude, one-on-one. Okay, MJ best of all time, but at one-on-one, LeBron beats him up. Physical. Wait, unless they call their own fouls, because if that, Michael Jordan's going to win.
I'm inclined to agree, man. I mean, Jordan's a great basketball player, but LeBron is just a great athlete. I remember, during the Olympics, the, U.S. handball coach told LeBron, hey, give me 6 weeks and I will make you the greatest handball player of all time. Which, goes to show how great of a sport handball is.
If we're doing this kind of hit me what you said. If we're doing one-on-one Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat for domination of the world basketball,
Jordan.
Really? Because I'm still taking LeBron James. But if we're on a playground and we're picking teams and I got first pick, I'm taking Michael Jordan when it's a team game.
Until he does a Space Jam 2, I'm picking Michael Jordan.
But one-on-one, you take LeBron?
I think I would.
I'm inclined to agree. I think I would take LeBron as well, especially if I didn't see them. If I didn't know Michael Jordan had 6 rings, then I think even in a pick of the big one, I would take LeBron James, please.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember Kobe and LeBron. At one point, didn't they have some kind of face-off?
They never really played against each other. Their primes never quite met up.
Kobe's on his way out.
Was Kobe's last finals against Boston?
Yeah, I think it was.
Wow, that's very fitting. That's cool. I like that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
But who's got a winning record against every team in the league? That would be the Spurs.
Yes, sir.
All time.
Yep.
We have a winning record against every single team.
Against every single team in the NBA. I think, and as far as I'm pretty sure, it's, pull up basketballreference.com or something. I'm pretty sure we're the only team that has a winning record against every other team.
Wow. Also, in the NBA Finals, Tim Duncan versus LeBron James. Tim is 11-5.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say we when I'm talking about the Spurs. It's just habit.
No, we can say we.
We can.
We are the Spurs, man.
All right, cool. Just checking. I know I've never strapped up my my high tops and gone out for the Spurs.
I got a question for you guys. What would be your best team of all time? If you were to pick and they were all alive and they were all at their prime.
I could pick players from Lakers, players.
Yeah, I was about to say Lakers, man.
This is your all-star team. This is
Lakers.
your fantasy team, whatever you want to call it. This is that one team that you said, you know what? Anytime they get on the court, they will wipe out anybody.
He's either Lakers or Boston.
Well, no. He's saying
you could
mix your players up. Obviously, you get Jordan in there. You would get LeBron.
My starting power forward is 2003 Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I would get Duncan as well. Who's a good center? Will?
If you want to go like full domination, you can go like, if you're going to go like current year, Shaq, when he was 7'2", 330 pounds and just beating people up all the way down. Where are the refs coming from? Are we talking today's game? Or are we talking Bad Boys, late 80s, early 90s Pistons?
We're talking everything.
Yeah, but the refs, how's the game going to get called? Is the game tight?
Is it
Are we going to hand check?
Yeah.
Are we hand checking?
That's
is
a
it
very
just
valid point. I guess in 2017, right? Like we're looking for a starting five that would beat 2017.
Well, in today's game, okay. So if you looks like the 2017 All Stars versus historical team, whatever. Yeah. Well, then I'd probably move 2003 Tim Duncan to center and do like a run and gun type thing, and have a good stretch four. Because if we were playing today's rules, I don't need two bangers down low. You know what I'm saying?
Word up. Yeah. So who's your guard? Who's your point guard?
First of all time, right? Dang, that's tough because you kind of want to go like 80s Magic Johnson, because you guys are probably too young to see that. But dude was a point guard. He was crazy. He could pass. He could make any pass he could ever want to do. But again, we're playing. And also, he's 6'9", dude. He's 6'9" playing. So yeah,
Magic Johnson is 6'9".
Yeah. So I'll take Magic. I'll take give me any of the MVP years for Magic.
How tall is is it Kareem Abdul?
Yeah, Kareem 7'2". Yeah.
7'2", right?
So pick one of the MVP years for Michael Jordan. He's your starting two. Your starting three. Do you go with 80s Larry Bird? Just a guy who can straight up stroke it, or you can play Larry Bird as like the stretch four, right? I don't know. I'm getting way too into this. Y'all are being really quiet. I'm
I'm trying to
I'm agreeing.
My basketball knowledge goes back to like 2009, maybe. You know what I mean? So like, it is a little bit harder, but I think the argument could be made for Westbrook to be in this, I don't know if he plays true point guard though.
I never would have thought that he would have turned out like this the last few years. He just turned it on. He just turned it on. Another level.
And he had plateaued for a very long time.
He leveled up before this season.
Yeah. Was it because of KD still in?
Do you think he got comfortable?
I feel like he felt KD was supposed to be in the driver's seat.
So you think Westbrook was okay with being Robin?
Exactly.
And then he decided to
because
maybe
he's very talented. And he could have went off the hook. And
I mean, you see him this year, and what I really like about Russell Westbrook is that it doesn't matter if he's playing the Sixers or the Warriors, he's going to give it everything he's got.
Yeah.
Most players and most coaches advise players not to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, You will always get a performance out of Russell Westbrook. Like, if he ever comes to your town, he's like, watch him play. He's
almost like Allen Iverson on steroids. I don't know if y'all were. Am I that old? No. You remember Allen Iverson? Because that dude,
we all had the shoes, man.
Just left his heart. He was all heart. It was nothing but heart and that headband playing, dude.
That N1 style basketball.
Yes,
that's missing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Allen Iverson, even when he was playing, was underrated. I think people don't give him his just dues. Like, that dude, I'd like to see him compete against LeBron. His story is real crazy. His story is crazy.
Like, I got to see Allen Iverson a lot when I lived in Colorado. Obviously, it was in the Nuggets years, so he was on the decline. But still, that dude, I don't know, whatever you think about Carmelo Anthony, pairing him up with Allen Iverson, it was almost like he had a broomstick and he was jabbing Carmelo Anthony in the butt every time they played. He was just, for all the lack of heart you think Carmelo Anthony has, Allen Iverson had it in spades. And that was, like I said, on his way out the league. And Allen Iverson, I'm just glad I got to watch him play live in person for in the city I lived in for a couple of years. That was pretty awesome.
I'd like to see Allen Iverson against LeBron James.
That's a good one, man.
Dang.
That's a good one.
Not like that.
Because I'm borderline Allen Iverson, man.
That's
because he has
force versus speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he has that
Mighty Mouse, dude.
Yeah, he has that determination that I'm gonna get you.
And I'm gonna get you good.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and he has to play small and he has to play quick. But if it's MJ versus LeBron, then MJ's too proud. He's going to bow up and he's going to try to muscle up on LeBron, and he's not going to win that battle. But Allen Iverson, he's going to out-quick you. He's going to out-hustle
make him tired.
Exactly. He's going to run him. He's going to run circles around him. But yeah, Allen Iverson is. So maybe that's okay. There you go. I just
maybe he's the guard.
I just thought of my starting lineup. Okay, at center, I'm going to put 2003 Tim Duncan. At my stretch four, I'm going to put like 1986 Larry Bird. At my small forward from North Carolina. I'll put MJ, and I'm going to let AI play the shooting guard. I'm going to let him play the 2, and Magic be the point guard. So it's
LeBron.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Bro, I'd say get rid of Bird and put in LeBron. Personally.
Yeah, these rules. Yeah, with these rules. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with getting rid of Bird. See, because you can play LeBron at the 4. The Cavs do it all the time anyway. So yeah, dude, I like that team. Let's roll with it.
Let's do it.
Could they play the triangle like New York?
They don't need to play.
I think anybody can play the triangle.
I heard triangle, then I got all angry, and then I heard you say New York. I'm like,
oh man, good lord. Well, gentlemen, it's been a ride.
We got 10 minutes left, bro.
We got 10 minutes left.
We got 10 minutes, so
okay.
It's okay. You got off topic?
Off topic. Any wrestling fans in this table?
Not really.
Not in the slightest.
All right, off topic.
I'm aware of it a little bit. I kind of watch
Dwayne
it.
Johnson.
It's not. I mean, it's not like.
I at least call
it's not something
him
I'm
The
super
Rock.
proud of.
Like I have that.
I know his real name.
No, his real name is The Rock.
I'm just joking.
I mean, I had the video game, the one where Stone Cold Steve Austin was on the cover.
On PS2?
PS1.
Oh.
PS1, yeah, I remember that. And I remember I got it for Christmas, and I always wanted to play it, and we only had one PS1 because, I mean, we're not, like, super rich. So, like, my sister would put that game in, and I'd be like, all right, we're going to play. She's like, hold on. Let me build a character first. And that was like the worst thing you could, because your whole Saturday is shot.
Yeah.
Like you are done. That's
don't lose to that character.
That's all she.
What? You might as well throw the game away if you lose to that character, man.
Yeah. But no, like she was like, oh, I'm gonna make him real crazy, and I'm gonna give him purple skin and this and that and all this. And then she's like, I don't like it. Let's just restart. And like, I just wanted to play the game, and I was horrible at it because I never got to play. Like, all I did was sit there and watch her make these characters. It was the worst. That was horrible.
She should have got 3D animation. She could have got a degree in that, man.
Off topic. Do ghosts really exist?
Do ghosts really
exist? If you
exist?
are mentally crazy.
Well,
I personally don't believe in them, man.
I have nothing against people who do believe in them.
Have you ever encountered anything like that?
Yes, sort of, maybe.
Demonic spirit.
Huh?
Someone possessed.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to get at. Is like, as a Christian, like, I mean, the Bible does kind of say like that doesn't really happen. Like you die and you don't stay here. So like, I do believe that like these ghosts and all this other stuff could be
figments of your
something evil.
Yeah. Oh,
like something dark or something heavier. Yeah,
okay.
Like demonic presences or something. So, for those of y'all that don't know, I am a tour guide downtown, right? And one of the very popular tours is the Ghost Tour, right? So, real quick, let's get into story time. I used to work at Ripley's Haunted Adventure, right across the street from the Alamo. We built a haunted house across the street from the Alamo. Like, yeah, that is really bad. But whatever, really, I needed a job. So, we had this thing called the Blue Room. Right, which is like where the actors, because I was one of the actors. Like I would paint my face and scare children for a living, you know.
So you were rude.
I was a ghost. But no, I remember, being in the Blue Room with two other actors who had both been there for a while, and we hear this really, really loud scream of a woman. Right, like the house has its own sounds. And this was definitely not part of that. Like, it was very much so, like, more human sounding. We had never heard it before, and we never heard it again. So we all kind of paused, and then the other two continued talking about who knows what. They had both worked there for quite some time. This is maybe my first month here, right? So I'm like, yo, what was that? Like, what's going on? And I tell him, like, I tell them, like, hey, is there a woman in this house? Like, should we go inspect this? Yeah. And this guy, Mark, I'll never forget it. He looks at me and he was like, look, man, if you're going to work here, you're going to hear stuff. You might even see stuff. What? But, like, your experience will just be better if you leave it alone. Like, just do your job and get out. Like, don't feed into it.
Leave the ghost alone, or just don't? Was he saying like your experience will be better if you leave it alone? Like, don't worry about it, don't think about it, don't investigate.
Don't investigate any of this, because weird things did happen. And like, okay, so there's like a part 2 to this story. So like, again, this is across the street from the Alamo. I'm sorry if I'm taking up all the time.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
this is across the street from the Alamo, and the Alamo was actually believed to be haunted before the battle ever even happened. Back when it was a Spanish mission, people would often sleep there and complain, saying, I couldn't get a good night's rest. I kept hearing this incredibly loud scream of a woman that echoed through the night. And so, like, if you do a little bit of research, it turns out there was a Native American woman who was struck by lightning, and just before she died, she gave out an incredibly loud scream, and they say that, like, that energy is released every now and then.
I want to say it's on I-10 heading out towards Houston. There is Woman Hollering Creek, and that kind of ties into there's a Spanish, I don't want to call it an urban legend, but the Spanish, there was about a woman who...
La Llorona?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I knew. If I heard it, it would be right. Yeah, but so that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's all kind of tied together.
I mean, maybe. Again, this is San Antonio. We love to see the Virgin Mary in our tortillas. Like, we're super superstitious.
So me, man. I don't play with that stuff, man.
But no, I remember, like, when I experienced that, when we heard that scream, I didn't think to myself, like, oh, this could tie into that, to, like, what happened in front of the Alamo. But after a while, like, I was actually giving a ghost tour, and I was telling the story, and I was like, oh my God, like, is that what I heard? So I don't know. To this day, I don't know, and to this day, I don't set foot in that haunted house. But the experience that the actors get is actually far more terrifying. Like, the people who are getting paid to, like, see this and experience this, like, it's kind of ironic, you know? But it is that weird sense of, like, you're stuck here. Like, you're on the clock. You either lose your job or you deal with the fact that you may have just heard something, you know, that wasn't part of this house. And that is a terrifying feeling. Like, that freaks you out. Yeah. I don't know. Any other ghost stories for you guys?
Nope.
Well, hey, off topic, kind of thinking about this. What were the things? What were little things that you used to do as a kid, or like childhood memories or whatever? You know, like, you know, ghost stories. You know, around the campfire, if you ever did that with a flashlight, telling ghost stories or whatever. You know, favorite childhood memories like that. You know, so that's kind of generic, but
Real fast, man. See, Michigan, 6th grade camp, where it's like snow everywhere. It's dark. So we're supposed to go out and do like a scavenger hunt type deal, whatever. And it's supposed to be quote unquote haunted. So me and my friends, it's like 5 of us. And we have to do this stupid stuff to, like, someone will come out and try to scare you. And once that happens, they'll give you a clue to where to go next.
oh, nice.
So we get to, like, it's like away from the cabinets. So it's dark now. We're supposed to use our flashlights to get our way back. This guy comes out with a shotgun. But he's an actor, though. But at the moment, none of my friends was buying him. He's like, oh, snap, we gotta run. And this guy's like, oh, it's a joke. But, dude, like, that was probably my most terrified moment in my life.
Scared.
It's dark in the woods. The guy has a shotgun. It's fake once we put the light off, you know, the flashlight. But, man, that was crazy.
That's terrifying.
I don't really have any kind of ghost stories like that. Although it actually happened today in the little, there's a, just sitting there at my desk, nothing happening, and I heard Adan shaking his head because I told him that already.
Is that the 100
No,
house?
you haven't told me this. I'm just saying, like, don't ruin my work environment.
Okay, well, never mind then. Let's talk. We got a couple minutes. I was seeing childhood memories. I was thinking, you know, and I offered all these guys, you know, we recorded at my house. I offered them, like, hey, I think I got some bottled water here. I got some Kool-Aid jammers if you want, because I do have a kid. He's not here right now, but I'm thinking, you know, childhood memories, something like that, you know. But no, that's cool. I'm just saying, I'm trying to. No.
Wait, what's your scary story?
I don't. There's no really scary story, but I'm thinking like campfire stuff like that, you know, because it's always cool to, you know, hang out with your stick around the campfire like that. Do you guys ever do any of that kind of stuff? You don't have to be like Boy Scouts or whatever, but do still tell campfire stories?
Not as a kid, really. Like,
it was camping, but we didn't do that.
It was when I was older, like, you know, with friends, like when, you know, 16, 17 years old, like we would go. Maybe I should
stop talking about camping stories when I'm a kid then, because it might get really weird.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Nothing like that. I'm just saying, you know, South Texas though, man. There's a lot of stories, a lot of legends and everything, and you guys are taking it all weird and everything. I'm just trying to. I mean, there's a lot.
Another famous one is the train tracks.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah,
huge, yeah.
Yeah, like if you ever like drive over the railroad, just leave your car in neutral, and there's these kids that push it, right?
You over. Yeah.
But what was the story behind that again?
Okay, so legend has it that like there was a school bus full of little kids, and Yeah, we're gonna go over now.
I was just gonna interrupt you and say, hey, when you hear a bump in the night, it's off topic.
You know what? It's actually March Madness, like scary October time. Like we went crazy scary today.
Scary.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I mean, we went from Trump to LeBron.
Well, we covered it all.
We need
We're
to
off
start
topic.
titling these episodes and like make them vaguely related to what we discussed. Call it like
Episode
"Is
2.
Trump a Ghost?" or something like that.
With LeBron hanging out, drinking Starbucks. I don't know.
El Trumpo.
El Trumpo.
It's like a
New
gallon.
Mexican urban legend. El Trumpo.
It's like a gallon, man.
He's coming for your family.
All right.
And then a crazy person on the register is like really scary. It's like I'm gonna take actually all your money.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending an hour with us, guys. Do you want to plug anything? Do you want to talk about your social media, your music, anything? Feel free to.
Real quick, shout out Refocus Magazine, sponsor, blah 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 blah, and follow us on Off Topik Show with the K. Topic with the K.
And where is that? Instagram?
Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome. JC?
What Shemaiah said.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Yeah. Likewise, thank you so much to Refocused and to Brian for lending us the studio. JC, thank you for coming down. And most importantly, thank you to you, the listener, for sitting here and listening to us ramble for an hour. We really appreciate it, and stick around, and great things are coming. Thanks for listening to Off Topic, where we are never quite on topic, but never quite off.